Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a really fascinating, kind of provocative idea that to be a truly good man, you might first have to become a dangerous one. So let's break down what that actually means.
So let's kick things off with the quote that's really at the heart of all this, from psychologist Jordan Peterson. It's this idea that real goodness isn't about being weak or harmless. Instead, it's about having a serious capacity for danger, and then choosing to keep that capacity on a leash.
I know what you're thinking. That sounds like a total contradiction, right? I mean, we're usually taught that being good means being gentle, being safe. So how do these two things possibly fit together? Let's unpack that.
Okay, so to really get this, the first thing we have to do is draw a super important line in the sand. Being good is not the same thing as being harmless. They are fundamentally different concepts. All right, let's really break this down. This slide lays it out perfectly. On one side, you've got the harmless man. Think of him as naive, a victim. He's compared to a rabbit. But on the other side, the good man is aware, he's capable. He's even called a monster, but, and this is the key, a monster who's under control. And it's that control that leads to real self-respect instead of the bitterness and resentment that comes from being powerless.
And this is the absolute core of the argument. Virtue requires choice. You see, a rabbit isn't virtuous for not attacking a fox. It just can't. It has no other option. Real virtue, real goodness, comes from having the power to cause harm, but making the conscious decision not to.
And you see this idea pop up everywhere, especially in our oldest stories. I mean, think about Beauty and the Beast. Who's the hero? It isn't the harmless guy from the village, it's the beast. The story is telling us that what's really attractive, what's really admirable, isn't a lack of danger. It's danger that has been tamed, civilized, and put in the service of something good.
Okay, so if we accept this idea that a good man has to have this capacity for danger, then the big question is, how do you even develop that without, just becoming a bad guy? It's a really fine line to walk.
Well, psychology has an answer for this, and it comes from Carl Jung. He called it the shadow. And the shadow isn't some evil demon out there, it's inside you. It's all the parts of yourself you'd rather ignore, your potential for aggression, for cruelty, for all the dark stuff. So why on earth would you want to confront that? Well, the argument is pretty compelling. If you don't understand your own capacity for darkness, you're basically a sitting duck for anyone who's in touch with theirs. This isn't about becoming evil. It's about growing teeth. It's about developing the backbone to stand up for yourself and what you believe in so you can become a complete, formidable person.
And look at that. We've come full circle. Right back to that core idea. Real morality comes from having a choice. If you can't be cruel, you're not good, you're just weak. But if you can be cruel and you consciously choose not to be, well, that's virtue. That's the difference between a sheep and a sheepdog.
All right, so we've got the why down, we get the psychology behind it. Now let's get practical. How do you actually do this? What's the path to building this kind of capability in your own life?
The way to think about this is like building a house on 5 strong pillars. These are the actionable steps you can actually take to develop that controlled strength we've been talking about.
Pillar number 1, know your target. This is huge. It's about having a crystal clear vision for where you're going. See, without a target, you're just drifting, right? But someone with a defined mission, who knows exactly what they're aiming for, that person moves with purpose. That focus is the foundation.
Pillar 2 is all about communication. Your ability to speak, to articulate your thoughts. That's not just a skill. It's presented here as your most powerful tool. It's how you organize your own mind and how you bring your vision into the world. It's how you influence, negotiate, and lead.
Then we have Pillar 3, look the part. And before you roll your eyes, this is not about being vain. It's about your physical presence, how you carry yourself, how you dress. It sends a powerful signal to the world, and just as importantly, to yourself, that you're serious about your mission.
Okay, pillar 4. This is where it all gets real. You have to be the part. You can't just think your way to being capable. You have to get out there, into the real world, step out of your comfort zone, and earn it through actual experience. Competence is forged in the fire, not on a book.
In the final pillar, number 5, ties it all together. Build humble conviction. This is that perfect blend of strength and wisdom. Yeah, you need to have a backbone and stand for something, but, and this is so important, you also have to have the humility to listen, to admit you might be wrong, and to adapt. That's what makes you strong, not brittle.
Okay, so let's say you do all this. You work on these pillars, you build yourself up, you become more formidable, more dangerous. But what's it all for? What's the point?
Seriously, you've put in all this work, you're strong, you're capable, but if you just use that to get what you want or to push people around, well, you're not a good man, you're just a bully. The real goal is something much, much bigger.
And this quote from Denzel Washington just nails it. The whole point of becoming strong, of getting that inner monster under your control, is for service. It's to care for other people, to protect those you love, to lift up your community. That's where strength finds its true purpose.
So that's the final question, really. It's not just about becoming strong for its own sake. The real challenge is, once you are strong, what are you going to do with it? What noble purpose are you going to serve? Because that's what turns a dangerous man into a good one.